Hi everyone, it's Kay with Kay's Crochet. Just wanted to talk a little bit before we get started on this new free pattern I'm putting out. I thought this was a good time since so many of us are stuck in the house. A little background on this pattern. This is not my original pattern. I found this like a year ago. I was just cruising the internet. Found this beautiful picture of this blanket and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta make it. And so I went to the link and it was all in Russian. So then I tried to use Google Translator and it wouldn't really work. It was still all a mess. So then I found the chart that went with it, but that was also in Russian. But I did kind of figure out how they did it and I wrote it down. And so that's where this pattern came from. I did make some changes on things I didn't understand, but it is not my original pattern. It's just my version of a pattern I found. So I never want to take credit for something that isn't mine. I've had people do it to me and it's not nice. So that's the background on that. Now, like I said, the original was done in 3 colors, which was so pretty. So if you want to do that, feel free. I used this Red Heart ombre yarn because I don't like to have to weave in all those ends for changing colors. This is Red Heart ombre and Sweet Treat. And if you hear the noise in the background, that's my little miniature schnauzers walking around. So I love the 3-dimensional look you get with this. Now when I started, I did cut so that I get the purple and then the pink and then the blue. After that, I just let the colors fall where they fell. So in the beginning, I did cut and do that. So it just starts with a basic granny square, which I'm going to show you how I make mine, because everybody does it a little different, but you can make your basic granny whatever way you want to. So it's 3 rows. Then we're going to go into a row of a spike stitch. Then we're going to do a row of back post double crochet. And then you'll start again with the granny stitch. So very stress-free blanket to make. Kind of fun, works up quickly. I did mine in baby blanket size, which for me is 3 by 3. And it took 2 skeins. And I used an eye hook. So let's get started. So here we go. Starting the granny square. I'm going to chain 4. And then I'm just going to go into that bottom loop. Double crochet. Another double crochet. Chain 1. Another 3 double crochet. There's a lot of different ways to make a granny square to start one. This is just the way I like to do mine. And then just crochet right over that tail. Another chain 1, 1 more group of 3. In case I didn't say it, I'm using an eye crochet hook. Chain 1, and then go into that extra chain we made with the chain 4. And then I know some people go right into making a corner right here. I prefer to slip stitch over to the corner. But again, you can do it whatever way you like. I think this makes a nicer looking granny. I think some of them tend to go spiral. And I wonder sometimes if that's why. So here we've got the chain 3 to start our corner for row 2. So we'll make 2 more double crochet. Now, because we're doing a corner, we're going to chain 2. And then 3 more double crochet in the same spot. chain 1. We'll go and make another corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the same spot, chain 1, another corner, chain 2, 3 more double crochet, chain 1, and then our last corner. Chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to go right into that top chain, slip stitch it shut, nope, I didn't get under both loops. You can do it under one, but they stretch, as you saw. I think they're just always better if you go under 2. There we go. Maybe. This only happens if you're videoing. Okay, there we go. So there's our first 2 rows, 4 corners, cross in the middle. So again, I'm going to slip stitch over to the corner. And we will start the final round, round 3, chain 3, double crochet, chain 2 because we're in a corner. I used to have the coolest story about what granny square meant, but I can't find it anymore. This was way back when the internet first started. Somebody had sent it to me, and it's about the cross in the middle and how the ladies back in the day always started with a cross and a prayer for whoever they were making a blanket for. But it was much more involved story. I wish I could find it. If anybody knows it, send it to me. I would love to have. I've Googled and can't find it anywhere. I just want to point out for some beginners, they always forget this middle one. When you start going up rows, don't forget this is a middle group of 3. So chain 1 and do another corner. So if it comes out looking wonky, you probably forgot that middle. Once you get past row 3, it gets easy to see them, but of course this one's got something fuzzy in there. This one we're going to switch stitches after this row, but I might speed this video up to go through this last row. Chain 2 because I'm in a corner. Okay, so now you've got your 3 rows of your granny square done. So you can either keep going with your color or attach a new color in the corner. I'm going to put this color in so it's easier to see. We'll just slip stitch that on. Chain 5. The chain 5 counts as a double crochet chain 2. So we're going to make our first corner. So we'll make another double crochet in the same spot. So there's our first corner. Now we're going to double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay. Now we're going to skip one double crochet, and we're going to do 3 double crochet spike stitches in the row below. So you want to find that middle stitch of the row below. So there's one, here's the middle, there's the third. So just double crochet right into that. So we're going to do 3 in that one stitch. Now I pull these up a little bit because you don't want it tight to where it folds under too much. So just pull it up a little bit. So there's our 3 double crochet spike stitches in the row below. Okay, so then we're going to skip 1 double crochet, which is kind of hidden. It's this one right here. Double crochet in the next 2. Then we're going to do another set of 3 double crochet spike stitches. Just want that middle stitch from the cluster of 3 double crochets in the row below. I love this stitch. I think it's really pretty. If you use contrasting colors, they really stand out. So there's our second group of 3 double crochet spike stitches. And then remember, we're going to skip 1. And now we're at the end of the row. So we'll skip 1, double crochet in each of the last 2. And then we'll make our corner. Double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the same spot, double crochet in the first 2, okay, so there's our corner. 2 double crochet, corner, 2 double crochet. Now we're going to skip 1 double crochet and make another 3 double crochet spike stitches in the row below. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, skip 1, 1 double crochet in each of the next 2. Now I can't hold my yarn. Another set of spike stitches. 2, 3. Skip 1 double crochet in each of the last 2. Now we're going to make our corner. Double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. That's the puppies again. Double crochet in each of the next 2. And then spike stitch in the row below. So here's how it looks. Very pretty. Fun stitch. I love this stitch. I'm gonna make another pattern with this stitch in it because I like it so much. So go ahead and make your last corner. Come around to where you started and slip stitch into the 3rd chain. And then if you're gonna change colors, just cut it off there. If not, we'll just continue on to the next round. Okay, now we're back. You should have a square that looks like this. 3 rows of granny, 1 row of double crochet spike stitch. So now we're going on to row 5, which is back post double crochet. Super easy row. Just attach your color. Be sure when you're attaching colors in the corners that you change corners. If you keep using the same corner, your blanket will be really heavy on one side. And you don't want that. Okay, so just like the last one, we're going to chain 5. Counts as a double crochet, chain 2. Double crochet again in the same corner. And there you have your corner, just like the spike stitch row. Now we're going to back post double crochet in every single stitch, all the way around. So this is super easy. I love dimensional stitches, so I like doing front post, back post. Mine's a little awkward because I'm doing it on camera. And of course I have a knot in my yarn. There we go. So back post double crochet around every stitch. So see, especially if you had a more contrasting color than what I'm using, so pretty. And it makes this stand up and become 3-dimensional. Now, if I wasn't doing this on camera, I'd kind of hold it up and pinch it to make these easier to do. I know some people are afraid of back post and front post stitches, but once you get the hang of them, they're so easy. And they really add a lot once you know, if you go on to make your own patterns. These are super cool stitches. Dang yarn. This is the only thing I don't like about the Red Heart ombre yarn. I have found that when you get to the end of a skein It's really knotted up. Drives me crazy. I always say, I think I spend more time taking out knots than I do crocheting. I think the quality of yarn has really gone down in the last couple of years. Some of you know I've been selling yarn for a long time. And I have never seen such bad skeins, bad dye lots, knots. I had a skein the other day of Bernat yarn that had so many knots in it, I had to throw it away. I don't know what's going on, but the quality has really gone down. It's really disappointing. Okay, now we're to the corner. So we did a back post double crochet in every stitch. So we're gonna do it in the corner too. So back post double crochet. And then make your double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. So this makes the corner kind of stand out. The staying yarn will not stop knotting on me. So then this is the other double crochet from the corner before, so back post double crochet around that. And then just keep making your back post double crochets. So you're just going to continue on like this till you get back to the beginning, and then slip stitch in. And then I'm going to show you one more row how to restart the granny, but just continue on with your back post double crochets all the way around, slip stitch to your beginning chain, and we'll meet back here. Hi guys, we're back. Your square should look like this now. It's looking really pretty. So you have the 3 rows of granny, a row of spike stitch, and a row of back post double crochet. So now I'm going to show you how to restart the granny row. So you're going to attach your yarn in a corner or keep using the same yarn you're using. So this is just like any restarting any granny corner. Chain 3 counts as the first double crochet. 2 more double crochet. Chain 2, 3 more double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1. So now you have to skip 3 when you start this row. So it's important you skip the correct 3. So I think it's easier to count loops than stitches because the corner stitch kind of messes you up. So you'll know when you get to the end of the row, the end of the row should be skip 3, make a corner. So if you don't have skip 3 at the end, you know something's wrong, pull it out and go back. So like I said, I think it's easier to count loops. So 1, 2, 3, skip those 3, make our granny cluster. Oops. Don't forget your chain 1 in between. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Make another cluster. Chain 1, skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, and then skip the last 3, 1, 2, 3, and now you're at the corner. just want to be sure that showed up. So skip 1, 2, 3, make your corner. So every time you come to the end of the row on this, when you're restarting the granny row, it should always be skip 3, make a corner. Okay, so there we go. So then you just continue on, make your granny stitches for 3 rows. Go back to another row of double crochet spike stitch, another row of back post double crochet, and just keep going until you get the size you want. I think it makes a beautiful baby blanket. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit subscribe, please hit like. You know how it is, all of us just trying to make a living. Thanks so much. Happy crocheting.